Hey ladies, so this is Dance Patterns Part 2, right? So last week we went over Turkicia. Sorry, not last week. A few weeks ago we went over Turkicia, Hosanna, Windmill, and Traveling Windmill. Remember the windmill and traveling windmill are really just different in the direction they go, right? Windmill tends to go left to right. Um, Traveling windmill goes side to side, and you can either kind of start on the right side or the left side. It just depends, and that's where you watch your leader. And it's gonna be very, 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 very helpful. Anyway, so this video we're focusing on the new ones that we learned last week, right? So, surrender and consuming fire and behold and deep calleth, right? And if you kind of recall, deep calleth was its own kind of special thing because we had to roll to the floor. So much fun. Anyway, so this video we're gonna go back over those, so you can see them better. It's really cool the way technology is now today because I can do them in slow motion. So I will do a regular and then I will have a slow motion. Watch them both all the way through, just to make sure that you kind of see the mechanics of how it works so that it makes sense for you, right? And then I will also include two additional things that we have not learned yet, but I want to make sure that you start seeing it and piecing it together because they are, three things. There will be three things. Three-ish, four, because of the way that this one is. But we'll start with three. So I don't so it's not an overload. But we're gonna add faithfulness, which is one of my favorite patterns. There's, I know it's called pas de bourrée. And then there is jazz square. And so pas de bourrée, it is French, like the rest of our ballet technique. It means step of the bourrée. Couldn't give you any more than that just because that is literally its direct translation, which is weird. I don't get it. Like, I'm a dance major. I learned this in school, and I'm like, step of the bourrée? But it's like a folk kind of step, and that's where it comes from. So there was no direct translation because it was called a bourrée, and this is now step of the bourrée. Which is not, never mind. We'll talk about that later. But that's what pas de bourrée is, right? And then just quick little recap on our ballet technique, right? Plié means to bend, tendu, to stretch, dégagé, to disengage, and rond de jambe, rounding of the leg. And if you think about like how a rond de jambe goes, right? Your leg is going in a circle. Granted, it's a half circle, but it is still, you're creating that circular motion. And by the time you've done both legs, you have a full circle. So that's what rond de jambe translates to. That's what all those other terms translate to. So hopefully this video is insightful and helpful. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Phone call, text message, or messenger. If you happen to just see me around, ask me questions, and I will happily answer them. And I think that covers it for this video. Okay, so stay tuned because, yeah, it'll be fun. Don't give me crazy looks. I promise you I'm not crazy. I'm not trying to mess with your heads. Just go with me on this. And again, if you have questions, let me know. If something hurts after doing this, like if it is a sharp shooting, fiery pain, call me. Okay? Don't let it go on. Like if you find that something is hurting after you've done this, let me know and we'll try to figure out what it is. Because by the end of all of this, if anything, you should be sore. Because you're working muscles that you didn't necessarily know that you had. But there should not be anything sharp, shooting, fiery, that's bad. So yeah, contact me if that's what happens in these new patterns. Like I said, I'm going to do them in slow motion. I will record them in slow motion so that you can see the mechanics of that a bit better. But it should not be where you're doing something and all of a sudden, ooh, no. Soreness is okay. Pain, like that really crazy, horrible gripping pain should not be. This isn't meant to scare you. It really is just meant to inform you so that you're aware of what your body is doing, because now you're kind of learning a new way to move it. And it can be really, really fun when you kind of just let it be. So let this be a really fun thing for you, even if you don't feel like, hooray, this is so much fun. But like, let it become fun for you. So that learning new pattern isn't like, oh goodness, she's giving us another new pattern. Have fun with it. Like I said, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I get to the church early on Saturdays, so for our rehearsal next week, if you want to kind of see if you can come in earlier, it's totally fine, because that's the best time for me to kind of work through something with you. After rehearsal, I tend to just need to go, because I have to get home to do some other things. Like cook dinner, hooray! So again, don't hesitate to ask questions, and hopefully you gain something out of this video. Okay, let's get to it.